Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. So let's do a quick recap. Last week I talked to y'all about the savings account, so I did go ahead and open up Wealthfront and put my money in there. I think I already did a recap on like how much debt I paid down. So this month, to catch y'all up, I am starting a new assignment. My last assignment has ended, but my assignment does not start till the end of the month, which means we are not having any consistent income coming in. And because I'm not having any consistent income, I am not going to be paying off a lot more of my debt. I'm only going to pay off like my minimum payments would do, because I want to make sure that I have enough money to pay my bills for next month. So this month there is no budget. Like, we're not spending any money. Like how I was last month saying like, oh, I'm gonna give myself a $500 budget. We're not doing that. Like, literally all of my money is accounted for, and I have enough money to pay all of my bills for February, and then enough money to pay half of my bills for March. And also remember too, I have to pay for housing, and I also have to pay for a car because I'm not shipping my car over there. So that's why I'm like, I don't want to spend any extra money on debt. I'm only going to pay the bills that are due this month, and everything else that's left is going to be geared towards whatever I have to pay to get to Cali, to be into Cali, and all of that stuff until I get my first check, which will probably not be until the end of the second week of March. So that's my mind frame. Like, I don't want to say I don't have any money, because money comes to me, but I don't have a consistent check coming in as if I was working every week. So that's where my mind frame is. So we're not gonna go over this week about like, oh, how much I'm putting towards this, that, and this, that, and the third. I'm literally only paying off my bills, but I'm gonna just go through the numbers so that y'all can see it. And I also wanted to keep doing it every week, even though I'm not necessarily I'm still paying stuff down, I guess, because I'm always still paying a minimum. So yeah, I guess I am still paying it down. That makes sense. But I'm not gonna pay anything extra. But I still wanted to come on here and do it because it's a way for me to hold myself accountable, and then y'all also be like, yes girl, like keep it going, because it's keeping me accountable as well. So let's get into what we got going on. I already know the spill. If I'm not looking at y'all, I'm looking at my iPad. So basically for our debt, as y'all can see, this is from last week. Nothing has been updated. You see the 3 debts that we paid off, and then what we have left over. I said I was going to pay my car note off this month, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do it, because like I just told y'all, everything that I have in my account is already accounted for. I don't want to tap into my savings. I want to make sure that I still have enough money to pay my bills here in Georgia, and then also whatever expenses I incur when I am in Cali. So unfortunately, we're not going to pay that off in February, but that's fine because it's only $1,500, and once I start getting my consistent checks, that's gonna be nothing to pay it off. So I'm almost certain I'm paying that off in March. And then what else? What's I got? I got the my medical bill, my business bank account, and then that credit card debt. So I'm going to pay the minimum on all 4 of those, and that's still going to decrease it. So by the time that I pay like my car note minimum, I'll be at like probably $1,200. When I pay my medical bill debt down, I'll be in the 6,000s. I'll still be in the 7,000s with this business bank account. But I'm thinking after I pay my car note off, like I said, the medical bill, that has no interest on it. This business bank account and that credit card, I think that's what I'm gonna tackle after I pay off my card note. I think, because I forgot the true account, they might be the same amount of interest, but if that's the case, I don't know. I'm thinking that I'm going to pick which one of these business credit cards well, one is a personal credit card and one is a business credit card, but I'm gonna figure out which one I want to go ahead and tackle, and we gonna do that in March. So that is pretty much it. What's up with my debt? We can go ahead and go to my bills. So like I said, if you're watching this, I am recording it on the 13th of February, so my bills are pretty much paid up for the half of the month, and then I just have basically a whole bunch of debt to pay off, the rest of my debt to pay off towards the end of the month, which I do have money set aside for that. So like I said, all of my bills for February are paid off even though I'm not working. I was thinking about picking up a per diem in the area, but they still trash. The per diems over here are not good. They talk about $30, $35. I think the highest one I seen was like $50, and it was in Alabama, and it's in a nursing home. I don't do nursing homes. Even though y'all tell me if y'all ever worked in a nursing home, all I can remember is when I worked there for clinicals, and it was just a bunch of passing meds. But I just don't feel like it's gonna be my time, be worth my time on my sanity. Like when I was calculating it, it would be, because you know when you do these per diems on the sites like Shift Key and Nursa and all of those, like you are 1099, so they don't take any taxes out. So I was calculating and I was thinking like I would make around $500 for that day. But when I think about that I gotta drive 2 hours, or even if I flew out, there were some that I was seeing like in Arizona and Utah, and I was like, oh, maybe I could just hop on a quick flight. But it wouldn't be worth my time, the energy, and the money. Like I feel like I wouldn't be bringing enough home for me to just go out there for a day. Well, if I went out there for, I would, particularly they have them like continuously, like for each day. So I would probably pick up more than one day. But I'm just like, I don't know if I have the patience to work in a nursing home. My one friend, she was telling me she had picked up a shift in her area and she had like 30 patients. She had to do all the blood sugars, pass all the meds. She said it was real ghetto. And I'm just like, I think I just want to take this time to chill. I don't have any extra expenses. I don't plan on doing anything. I'm really just relaxing right now. And I don't have a problem without spending money. Like I don't have to spend money right now. Like my bills are good for this month and half of next month. So I'm not in a space where I'm like, I need money. So I'm just like, for my mental sanity, I'm probably, unless it's like a really good per diem shift, like I'm not gonna pick it up just for $500 for one day. It's just not enough for me. So anyway, thankfully my bills are paid up for this month, or I have the money to pay for my bills for this month and next month until I get paid for my first check for my travel contract, and I'm good. So moving down to my income for this month, I just documented so far what I've made in February. Let me see if I could calculate. All right, so I got 2 checks so far in February. I need to figure out how to put the date on there, but I've gotten 2 checks so far this February. I got paid last Friday, whatever date that was. And then I also got the check from my rental property, which y'all already know I don't touch. I just kind of leave that as is. So I do have like a little bit of a cushion, like if I ever needed it. But in my mind, the way that I pay my bills, like as y'all can see, like with my mortgage, I don't really pay my mortgage with the money that I receive from my tenants, because in my mind I'm always like thinking that they're not gonna pay, if that makes sense. Like I don't want to depend on that money for them to pay the mortgage. So honestly, my bills could be like a lot less if I took the money that I received from my rental property and just paid it towards it. But I just use it as like a cushion because, you know, anything can happen with the house. There are other expenses that are related to the house that I pay for, like the lawn and pest control, and if anybody has to come out for maybe the air conditioner, or down there they have like a filtration system, so that has to get maintenance. So I just keep that money in there for like any of those expenses. But because I'm not using it, I do have a cushion, like if I ever needed to use it for whatever reason. So that's the only money that I made so far this month. I have actually made some passive income, but I didn't add it in here. I usually add that towards the end of the month because it's so sporadic. Instead of trying to like keep up with it every day, at the end of the month I'll just go in and look and see how much I made. I need to probably do some injections this month before I leave. We'll see if I do it or not. That really depends on like the med spot I'm at and if they have any business or anything like that. But so far I've made $6,300 this month, and as you can see, that definitely covers all of my expenses. So I'm good. I'm trying to think, do I have any other income coming in before the end of this month? I'll get paid from YouTube, but that stays in my business account. So yeah, unless I pick up a per diem, I'm really just chilling. So there is no budget this month. All my money is already accounted for. I still got to get a flight to Cali. I'm dropping my dog off to Detroit, so I got to drive there. I'm driving there. I got to drive there. Then I got to get a car for Turo over there. So it's a lot of money that's about to be coming out, which is why I'm just holding on to every penny. But last month, I think we did pretty good. And we're going to continue it on in March. February is just a chill month. I really don't want to work. I'm thankful that I do have the money to like just pay my bills and chill. I feel like I'm burnt out and I'm exhausted. Now I'm a little bit better because this is like the second week that I've been off of work from my contract. So I feel back to my normal self. And I feel like I just need to take this time to rest, because once I go to Cali, y'all, when I say it's go time, I was just talking to somebody today and I was telling them like for the first month, I'll probably, which sounds so crazy to me because y'all know I do not like to work. But I'm like, for the first month, I am going to be working like 5 or 6 days. Like, me saying that sounds so freaking crazy because y'all know I don't like to work. I barely want to do my 3 days. But I'm thinking if I just go hard for this next month, I really can pay off a good portion of my bills, and then the rest of the contract I could just kind of chill and enjoy myself. I'm only working a 36-hour contract, so I could just kind of relax. So I'm trying to enjoy this all of February off, so in March I could just put the pedal to the metal, hit the gas, or what do they say, all gas no brakes. That's what I'm trying to do. So even though it's not that much just going on this month, I still, like I said, I still wanted to come in and do these little check-ins with y'all. I hope y'all enjoy them. It seemed like y'all are. It's holding me accountable. It's holding y'all accountable. Talk to me in the comments. Let me know where y'all at, what y'all goals, y'all financial goals, what y'all doing to bring in more money, what y'all doing to cut down y'all expenses. And I will probably see y'all. I'm like, do I want to come back next week? Because I really don't have much to tell y'all, because nothing is going to change other than I'm just going to be paying the bills as due, and I'm not going to be spending any money. So I'm probably going to take like a little tiny bit of a break, and then I'll come back in March, and then we're going to get back to it and see where we at. And hopefully we're not spending no more extra money. Hopefully when I come back, I'm not telling y'all my debt has increased. It's still decreased. So I will talk to y'all in the next video.